I wanna tell a story, one that is dark and lonely, with monsters and men. I wanna tell a story about battles fought for glory. It all started out there in a little place in the desert. I wanna tell a story. I wanna tell a story about Latin lovers and damsels in distress. I promise you it won't be boring. Once there was that girl who drew water from an old well. She was hot under the high noon sun. She worked every day from dawn until the evening, when her work was all done. She was so lonely and all alone. She had very little in a dusty home. One day a handsome man came to her. He smiled sweetly and he spoke softly with every single word. He told her about neat things she had never heard. He filled her mind up with wild dreams, told her he would buy her gold and diamond rings. All he asked was for her to go with him. She could start a brand new life with him. And the poor girl fell for every word. All she had to do was get into his car and he would give her the life she deserved. He took her to a tall tower and tossed her inside and threw away the key. He told her it was for her own protection, but she already knew that it was all just a lie. The evil man laughed at her and said, "Welcome to your new life." I wanna tell a story. I wanna tell a story. I wanna tell a story. One day years later, when she was looking out from her chamber, she saw a shadow beneath the sun. It was a different kind of man that rode a horse and carried a gun. He rode up to the bottom of the tower. She could hardly breathe as he got off his horse. He walked around and looked for the doorway, but the door was hidden with evil magic and had cameras set up, of course. The man looked up and saw her looking out a window. He smiled up as he shaded his eyes. Even from so high up, she could see that he was kind. She could see clearly the blue of his eyes. He said, "Hey girl, how did you get way up there? Can you come down and let me inside? It's been 7 days under the sun and it's been a long ride. All I need is a little drink of water and I will be on my way. I don't mean to cause you trouble, it's just that me and my horse need a drink today." Now that evil man that I told you about at the start of the story saw what was going on and began to get worried. He called his homies and they all piled into his car. He drove as fast as he could as the tower was far. And now the girl knew he was coming. She yelled down to the cowboy and warned him he was coming. She told him a story, she pleaded for him to get away, but the cowboy thought for a moment and told her he would stay. I wanna tell a story. I wanna tell a story. Now the car drove up and the evil man and his homies got out. He was already screaming and waving his gun about. They started shooting and none of them knew what they were doing. The cowboy ran behind the tower and bent down. He smiled to himself and looked back around and he said, "You boys should head out. You should get back in your car and drive away. I give one chance only. Make the right decision today, or you can choose the hard way and feed the buzzards from where you lay." The evil man started shooting and running about. 2 homies went down and were bleeding out. The evil man was screaming that he was gonna kill the cowboy and that the girl would pay. 2 seconds later, he looked like he had a big surprise. He stopped dead in his tracks with a single hole between his eyes. He fell forward in the dust on his face. The other homies piled in the car, fled away from the place. The girl looked down with tears in her eyes. She was worried for the cowboy, 'cause she feared he was wounded and she thought he would die. I wanna tell a story. I wanna tell a story. He said, "Girl, come down and we will get you free. You don't have anything to worry about for my horse and me. The evil man is dead where he lay. He won't be causing you any more fuss today. But before we go, if you would be so kind, me and my bit of water today, for it's been a long